Welcome to ODT Rugby Chat. We're down at Harcourt, one of the major sponsors of the Otago team, and I've got Cory Brown with me. They've got the dubious distinction night of naming the Otago team for the season. So they've just done that in the last few minutes. So I've got Cory Brown with me. So Cory, just looking at the team, mate, it was pretty self-explanatory. Only really a couple of guys that weren't already contracted.
Yeah, I suppose from last year when I first arrived, I was pretty keen to spend my time coaching instead of contracting guys throughout the year. I found that last year was quite difficult. It's a difficult process dealing with agents and individuals, and so this year I tried to get a core group of the guys contracted early, leave 3 or 4 spots open for club players that did well in club, and then contract those guys now.
So looking at the squad, obviously Lee Allen was one of your guys, but he's been out with injury for quite some time, so he would have been a new guy in, so he's one. Jonathan Ruru, but let's talk about Jonathan Ruru first. He's come down from the Hawke's Bay. He's jumped ahead of a couple of local guys. Why is that?
I just think Jonathan's point of difference is probably his physicality. He's maybe 6'1", 6'2", he's big, strong, 9. He's got a very powerful pass, a massive box kick, so that's probably what got him ahead of the other 9s in town, really.
But I also notice on the list here that you've named 30, but 3 of those guys, obviously with Ben Smith, probably won't play. And then you've got your 2 injured guys, you've got Renton and Parker. So you've really only got 27 there. So does that mean, does that tell me you're still looking at, say, another 2 or 3 players to perhaps bring in?
Yeah, well, my concern was around how long Super Rugby went. We had a large amount of guys playing Super Rugby, so if they got injured, I was going to have to replace them. So I've left a couple spots open, possibly a prop, lock and an outside back. So we're playing the Cantabs tomorrow. Those guys know that there's a couple spots left open, and hopefully they perform well tomorrow.
Yeah, you're certainly a bit thin at lock, obviously. You've only sort of got 3. Perhaps Paul Grant could cover his lock, but you've only really got 3. So who are you still looking at? I mean, is there a Tom Rowe, or who is there we're still looking at?
Yeah, look, I think we've got Sione Chu, who plays 8 for varsity, but also used to be a lock and has played a lot of time at lock. Tom Rowe's taken his opportunity well. I thought he played well for Zingaree in a tough club competition for him, but like, he's a big man, great skills, good in the line out, good aerially. So it'll be a real challenge for him tomorrow, but hopefully he takes that opportunity against the Cantabs.
And then on the outside backs, you're probably looking at the likes of a Mitchell Scott or a Leroy Van Dam. That'd be the front of mind for you, would they?
Yeah, there's no doubt. They're getting a chance tomorrow, both of them. Mitchell's going to start on the wing. Leroy will come on. He's just come back from a broken hand. But there's also guys down in the Bs. Josh Gordon's a big, strong winger. Sean Connor has a bit of experience there as well. So there is opportunity there for one more.
And so, look, you're still a bit worried about your halfback situation. Cade Whiting, I mean, he hasn't played a lot of rugby this year. Where's his fitness sit?
Yeah, to be honest, that is a concern. Cade's unfortunately only played 2 or 3 club games. He's had a couple of concussions. So we are a little bit worried there with losing Josh Renton. So Josh Walden's come in as a development contract, and he's going to cover that. And hopefully, Josh takes his opportunity as well. He's probably unlucky not to get a contract. I decided to go with Jono over him. Probably just the physical side of stuff, really.
Okay, yeah, a bit of a shame. Nice kid too, Josh. So good to see he's in there. So look, just looking at that, look, it still looks a pretty good side. You've got a good sprinkling of Super 15 players there. You'd have to be looking forward to a pretty good season, aren't you?
Yeah, look, we're certainly ambitious, but look, we know there's a lot of hard work to go. I think this year, Slimbo was telling me there's about 600 and something caps in the squad, which is awesome. So we've got experience, but there's some young guys there with real potential. So it's a good mix. We just got to get it right on the day, really. So.
Well, mate, thanks for that, and good luck for the season, mate.
Cheers, Paul.
Cheers. Look, I've just found Liam Coltman in the crowd. He has been just announced as the Otago captain. He was the Otago captain last year. So, Liam, you must have done a pretty good job last year.
Oh, fingers crossed. We made it to the semis last year. We hope to go another one better and take out the final.
Mate, so how did it go? Because was that your first time ever as a captain?
Pretty much, yeah.
So, can you sort of describe your style?
Pretty much like this, pretty quiet, a few words.
Follow me? Was it pretty much follow me?
That's about it, really.
Mate, let's talk about your year so far. It hasn't been that great. You haven't played a lot of rugby this year. How's the fitness?
Yeah, no, it's all good. I've been training away, every day pretty much. So it should be all right.
So how many games have you actually played? How much did you play at the start of the year for the Highlanders?
Played up until the Sharks game. I don't know what round that was. And then I missed about 8 weeks, but the boys only had 5 games in that time, so 6 games.
And then you came back and then you got dumped. What happened there? Did James didn't think you were up to it?
Yeah, Jake just dropped me cold. So,
right.
Yeah.
So the whole of the season, you have to be pretty happy. The boys were a bit disappointed, but it's always a tough ask to go to Africa and back, isn't it?
It is indeed, especially with all the other travel that they've done. I mean, they've been around the world just about twice. And
a lot of air points, though. So, mate, let's talk me through from a Highlander perspective, coming back into NPC. Is it tough? Is it a bit of a letdown? How does it all work?
No, it's not a letdown. You're playing for your province, and all good mates here, club footy players, and we're just looking forward to get out there and have a bit of fun.
So you've named a reasonably good side, quite an experienced side this year. A lot of Highlanders involved, and some good talent coming through. Do we go one better this year and make that final?
Yeah, we'll just chip away, and whatever happens, happens. But we've got a good side here, a few young talents, and a few old heads as well. So we'll just keep chipping away and see what happens.
Right, mate. Thanks for that, and good luck for the season.
Cheers. Thank you.
And now I've found Lee Allen. So he's been just been named in the Otago squad. Not sure if I picked him in the paper last week or not, but I'm pretty sure I probably did. So Lee, you've had a pretty good. How long have you been back playing for Kaikoura?
I think it was roughly about 7 games, roughly. I think so. Yeah.
And prior to that, you'd been down playing. You'd been playing down at Kai.
Yeah, been down in my hometown, so I always sort of wanted to do it, but it's a bit tough with rep rugby. But obviously, having the injury that I did, I kind of just wanted to get back to playing some footy and going back home. So.
Well, talk to me about the big games. I think I wrote it up this year when Kai took on Clutha and beat them. That was a big day for the township.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's quite amazing how much one win can do for a community, and that was a perfect example. Yeah, that we celebrated well that night.
So, mate, let's talk about the injury. Like, you've been out for probably 18 months now on the back of the whole concussion thing. So, talk me through that. What's been happening? Why have you decided to come back to play? You've obviously been cleared and all those things, but was it tough? And just talk me through how it all worked.
Yeah, so probably this time last year it was just discussions between me and my doctor whether I'd actually come back or not. So I was probably leaning towards not coming back. But we had long discussions, and I thought I'd wait it out. Obviously, I love rugby, and then start of this year, I started to get that itch again, and I started playing down home, and they sort of reminded me of why I wanted to play rugby again. So yeah, I got the itch back, and the head's been really good actually, which is the main thing. It's a weird thing to describe. It's not a pleasant injury. So yeah.
So the headaches and all that sort of stuff, they've all well passed you by now.
Yeah. So they're completely gone. Start of this year actually symptom free. So I've been symptom free for 6 months to the start of the year. So that was one big thing that sort of got me back into rugby, and then obviously the games leading up, I haven't had any symptoms or any knocks, which has been really good. So yeah.
So there you are. So you came along and you came back to town at really bad timing for Dunedin. You turned out and Kaikoura beat Dunedin in the final. You and I have talked about that, but that was obviously a big thing at the same time. And was that give you more motivation going into the season?
Yeah, yes and no. It's good to get that footy under your belt, but I mean, rugby's rugby, so all I really needed was rugby under my belt, and I still need a wee bit more. I'm still not quite where I need to be, so a couple more games under my belt, and I'll hopefully get to the level I was.
And just to finish, mate, they're doing some more speeches here behind us, but you're looking forward to the season, and very good squad. You'd be pretty happy with the squad and how you're going to go? Yeah,
very happy with the squad. A lot of depth, and even in our loose trio, we've got those young guys, Dill Hunt, Adam Knight. We're all really just pushing for a spot, so who's going to start? It's probably a toss of the coin, which is good for our culture, good for our depth, and we'll keep pushing each other, so it's a good season.
Right, mate. Good to talk, and good luck for the season.
Cheers, Paul.
Cheers, mate.